so I tagged a few people, and I just hopped on to talk a little bit about everything being a process, right? Hey, Anita. Um, so I've had a really interesting day. I've had a really interesting day. In my mind, this week when the school closed for midwinter break, I was excited. I was picturing myself having all of this quiet time. Now, I was traveling through Tuesday, and I knew that, then I'd be able to have like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just catch up on everything and have some good quiet time and whatever it is I thought in my head was going to happen. That is not how it has gone. And I'm going to add to that. Today, I had plans. Now, I'm saying that I had plans, and we know there's some really interesting astrological aspects, not just Mercury retrograde. There's some other things going on, and I can't remember offhand what they are. But I know that today is like one of those days that you need to just be going with the flow. Today is definitely a go with the flow day. So I ended up not taking care of most of the stuff I wanted to do, right? But what did I get done? I got my hour meditation in. I got my galactic mantra in. I'm sitting here now. Hi, my friend Nita. Journaling is going on. And I'm going to get even more journaling in. I did some yesterday, some today, and I have a really good focus on where I want to be in the journaling. And I had, bumps in the road that could have just soured my mood or, had me be like, fuck it today. But it's a process. And when you can embrace that it's a process, that each thing that happens is a tiny little thing in the picture, in the big picture, and how you roll through it is more important than what it is itself. That's super helpful, right? Super helpful. And so I want to share like what I've got going on right now. So in addition to what I'm doing here, the offers that I have out, and the new things that I'm working on, I continue to do my own development. And over the last few years, there are some coaches and some folks that I've worked with that I absolutely adore and love the work that they do. And when it fits and when it resonates, that's the work that I'm engaged in. And this is for me, for my personal benefit and up level. And so I just finished participating in Ouroboros round 2. And if you are not familiar with Ouroboros, it's run by Leah Steele, and it is a program to work on conditioning and beliefs and emotions around money, generational issues, all of the breaking through all of those things to put you in a place where you are able to be where you want to be in relationship to money. And she talks about wealth as being well and healthy. It is not just about the dollars, right? So I am now in Ouroboros round 3, which I am extremely excited about because I've seen some really significant shifts that have happened. And now I want consistency in the shifts. Now I want consistency in everything that I've done to dismantle the shit that's been lurking there. And I'm in an interesting place, and I kind of want it to be clear about what place I'm in. Because I think it's really important that we own and take full responsibility for everything that's going on in our lives. And if things are not going the way that you want them to go, then it is your responsibility to do something to shift that. Right? And so what is that thing? Well, there is no one thing. And I think that's the thing that's important to know. There's no one thing, right? So what do? I specialize in, I am a guru, a crone, a goddess of helping you step into living your human design. I don't want you to just know, oh, I'm a generator. Oh, I'm a projector. Oh, I'm a 6'2". Oh, I'm a 5. I don't want you to just know some shit. And human design is the key to how you make a big part of that shift. It absolutely is part of the how. And so that's a big piece, because when you get into energetic integrity, when you start saying yes to your yes shit and no to the no shit, you're going to see things immediately change. Because right now you're relying on a decision-making system that isn't aligned with who you energetically are. And once you can sort of embody and embrace that part, that's one piece, right? So, and I say that to say, so now Leah, who has amazing programs, is introducing, and we've been working together, me with her on her human design and her really living through what her energetic aura is, and working with her and working with her family, doing all of that, right? She's in a place now where she's starting to introduce components of honoring people's human design in the deconstruction of these fucked up money stories people have, right? And so I think it's important to understand that it's not just doing that work. It's not just doing this work. It's really how all of these pieces fit together. I know Anita is here, and Anita does some fantastic work around health and wellness. I know Alexis is here. She also does some wellness and I believe some mental health stuff, and I might be wrong. But like, all of these pieces come together where human design from the fundamental place gives you like the knowing that you're choosing the next right step, that you're making the right decisions, that you're putting yourself out there in ways that are right for you. And then as you're entering into these other things to add these other components to work on those parts of yourself, you know you're picking the right ones for you. Because let's be honest, you may be really interested in human design, but you don't like me. Don't let me stop you. Find somebody to work with who resonates with you. You may be really interested in upping your money game, and you need to find the right person to work with who's going to help you up level that, right? You may be interested in any number of things, but it's all about the right pieces all fitting together for you to have these interactions with the right people for you. Because the right people for you may not be the right people for me. I did work, and I'm going to be really honest, because I'm not going to like, say a name or be like really negative. But what I can tell you is I did money work with 2 other people besides Leah. 2 other coaches. And one of them was okay. And the other one just personally is highly regarded. And for those that particular coach works for, that's fantastic. They were not for me. They were just not for me. And that's okay. Because there's somebody out there for you. I was going to say something else, and now I don't remember what it was. Yeah, how could anybody not like me? I'm so fucking awesome. What? And yeah, and so you continue. Oh, I know. I was going to say the very first online coach that I found that I paid for and worked with was Amber Lee. And her last name has changed because she got married. But she is the chakra girl. And here's what I'm going to tell you. That was the work I needed, and I needed it right then. And working with her and working through chakra blocks, it was Chakra Girl Business School. And I can't say necessarily that it did much to fix business for me at that point in where I was. I don't even know that it was supposed to. But when I started my work with her, I had been struggling with back pain for months that I had not talked to anyone about. I had gone to Europe and was walking around and touring and doing things and pretending I wasn't in the amount of pain I was in. And if you've been to Europe, you know they have little bitty cars. They got a little tiny Saab, they got a little Peugeot, they got a little Renault. They have little teeny tiny cars because they got little teeny tiny streets. And it was so bad getting in and out of these little bitty cars. Like the way I was hiding my pain. And so I started doing this work with Amber because in my mind I was doing this work for business. And let me tell you, the universe will guide you to what you need, whether you think you need it or not. So I started doing, and she started with the root chakra and working the way up. First time I did her root chakra meditation, my back pain went away. And every once in a while I'll pull it back out and I'll do it even now. I haven't had back pain, not that back pain, since 2016. So what I'm saying is it's all a process, and there are these different components, and these different components all fit together for your betterment, right? And they fit together and they make sense for you in the way that it makes sense for you. And I want you to get clear on what it is you want to up-level in your life, shift in your life, change in your life. And I don't care what it is, and I don't care if you learn it here or not. I mean, I do care because I think I'm the greatest. But you need to get a handle on human design, how your aura and energy works, and how to make the right choices for you regardless of the situation. I would say that's like foundational. That's the foundational piece, is getting you to the place where you know that as you're picking things or entering into relationships, entering into contracts, entering into any kind of thing, that it's the right thing for you. So it's a foundational piece. Hey Denise, I'm looking forward to talking to you tonight. And that's what I want you to hear from me. It's a foundational piece. So now, other people who are offering things, and this is not me being shady at all, this is me celebrating this, are incorporating components of human design because they realize how important it is for all of us to be in energetic integrity. This is about understanding that we are the creators and architects of our lives. How do you make that flow as simply and as smoothly as possible? How do you lessen all of that resistance? Or do you keep on the path that you're on? I mean, it's up to you, right? So I'm excited because, again, I'm in my second round of Ouroboros. This time it's at least 4 weeks. I am not playing with this shit anymore. I know what my goals are. I've said my goals. I've written my goals. And that's the other thing. If you're not journaling, you need to be. So I'm going to just leave you with this little thing to nibble on. Everything is energy. So our thoughts are vibration. Our voice is vibration. When we're writing something out, it's vibration. Everything is energy. And so anytime that you can compound the amount of energy you're putting into something, you're making it stronger. So when you're saying and speaking into existence what you want, and you're thinking it into existence, and you're writing it into existence because you're journaling about what you want and how you want it, or you know your human design, and maybe you're not journaling specifically, you're journaling non-specifically because you know how you manifest, whole other talk, but you're writing it, you're speaking it, you're thinking it. you're making your life happen. And so if you get nothing else from me, it's, yeah, Alicia said I need to learn something about my strategy and my authority, because I can go deep dive in human design and read you for filth, or you can learn how to just make good decisions. That's up to you. You don't necessarily have to know the level of what I know about human design to leverage the power of being in your correct strategy and authority. Think what you want in your life. Don't think about shit you don't want. End of discussion. Think about what you want. Talk about what you want. Write about what you want. Watch what you want happen. It's pretty simple. So anyway, that's the end of me being on my soapbox about this. I am, kind of fired up and excited because Ouroboros started with our call last night for this third round, and there's been journaling and there's meditation, and I'm back on Joe Dispenza meditations, which are extremely powerful. He uses a really unique process to do his meditations, and they're guided. And so I'm doing one of them that I haven't done before. So I know, Anita, I already said that when you first popped up. Look, your name is right here. See, your name is right there. I've been doing it. I've been working on it. And I wrote it in pink. And I love some pink. So, yeah, like if you have questions about journaling, then there may have been an eye roll. There may have. I'm not saying there was or there wasn't. I would have to go back and review the footage. But there could have been. There could have been. If you have questions about journaling and how to start journaling, I'm happy to answer that, right? These journals that I get that I really like are pretty decent sized. So here's one. Here's one. Here's one. And so when I tell you I journal, I need to be clear. This is what I'm talking about. Like this one's full, right? This is an older one. Literally, what do I want? Why do I want it? How do I want it? Give me what I want. I'm thinking it, I'm speaking it, I'm writing it into existence, right? These particular journals, if you are so inclined, are less than $6, and I get them at Walmart. And they're, 250 to 300 pages each. While I am not necessarily super picky about a journal, I am about a writing implement, so I do like a really good pen. Anyway, let me put all my journals back on my shelf, except for the one I'm writing in right now. So I want to encourage you, if you have never journaled before, grab a journal, grab a spiral notebook if you have to. Start somewhere and start writing down what you want and why you want it. Because there's nothing wrong with what you want, and there's nothing wrong with why you want it, and there's no judgment in that at all. Because if you want a fuck ton of money because you're tired of being broke, you want a fuck ton of money because you're tired of being broke. I mean, it's what you write about is what you write about. I work with women who don't want money like that, but they want a cabin in the woods all by themselves so they can be, feeding the birds and feeding the deer and living at one with nature. And I work with women who live in RVs and literally drive all over the country, and where they park is where they live for a while. What you want is what you want. And again, this is all a process. Everything is a process, and nothing happens overnight. And when it starts to shift, you can't let up. When it starts to shift and when you're working that process and you start to see the results, that is the time to double down on your practices. And I'm in this doubling down mode. I'm in this letting it flow mode. I'm in this let it be what it's going to be and be okay with it today mode, because that's the energy today. But again, everything that I'm doing 30 days, I think it's 30 days of meditation, 40 days of my mantra, and 90 days of journaling, without exception, to do that. So for some reason, okay, all right, because my computer said that I froze, but my phone did not tell me that I froze. Hey Stacy Casey, how are you? Oh, girl, I need to come see you. I need to come see you. I need to come see you. And I told John I need to come see you because I need him to pay for me to come see you, because he should give me that as a gift. So, for those of you who don't know Stacy Casey, because she hasn't been active here, but we're going to get her to be a tiny bit more active. She's a beautiful, lovely being who is near me, who does intuitive massage. Phenomenal massage. Phenomenal massage. Oh my goodness. Langston, you are going to have to listen to this again. I have gone off and you had to go to break. Okay. So, I talked about how I do a lot of work, continuing to work on my up level, and how human design is like a fundamental block of transformational work. That no matter what other work you do, if you lean into your strategy and authority and you get grounded in that, that's the part that helps you make sure you're choosing the right other things. It cleans up a whole bunch of stuff when you're operating in energetic integrity. Okay? The other thing I talked about was journaling. If you need to go back and listen to this, but you need to get into journaling. Everybody needs to be journaling. Now, there is a way to see, or you might already know, whether you're specific or not specific in manifesting. So a person who's specific is someone who needs to know exactly what they want, and they're doing a vision board and all of their details are there. A person who's non-specific is a person who really focuses on how they want to feel, and they'll do like a mood board instead of a vision board, right? Slightly different perspectives. I don't care which perspective you use, start writing every day. So everything is energy is vibration. So when you think it, when you speak it, when you write it, you're literally tripling the power behind the intentions of your desire and clarity around what you want, because you're adding that much more power to it by not just thinking about it, not just talking about it, but writing about it. When you put it all together, you are giving so much more power to the trajectory of your life that you are trying to shift. And so if you have something specific you want to work on, let me know. I would say, a vision board or a mood board, right? And if you don't know the difference, there's a slight difference. But if you're a specific manifester, you're someone who needs to work out every single detail of everything you want. So I would say, let's say you're a specific manifester and there is a specific car that you want. Go to a dealership, sit in that car, so that when you visualize it, when you write about it, you know exactly what it is. You know every detail of it. If you are a non-specific manifestor, you're going to do a mood board, and you're going to focus more on how you want to feel. Oh, I want a car that makes me feel luxurious, instead of, I want that car. I want that Audi Q5 right there. You're going to be like, I want a car that makes me feel special. Okay, so Langston, if you are journaling to understand your emotions, nothing wrong with that. What you're going to want to add into that is, what do you desire for your life? I desire this. So I'm doing my journaling right now around what Anita and I are co-creating. I'm also doing journaling around what my expectations are in this group, what my expectations are in my business, what my expectations are in my home, what my expectations are in when I'm traveling. Because I had some stuff happening during this last trip with my daughter that I didn't love. And so I decided that if I don't love it, I need to focus on what the hell I love and get real clear on always being upgraded, always getting the best, that kind of thing, right? Because if I'm not clear on what I want, the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, because I'm not here to judge anybody on that. If I'm not clear on what I want delivered to me, how am I going to get it? Right? I want more money, I get a 16-hour shift. No, that's not what I meant. I want more travel. I don't mean walking. When I go to stay at a hotel, I have expectations. So literally, you can write about and clear up anything. You can write the same thing every day for a whole year. Seriously, this isn't about, oh, I need to be creative. Oh, I need to think up something. No, it's about being clear on what it is that you want. What are you available for? What do you want? Why do you want it? Why is it important to you? Right? So, I decided to, beat Anita over the head because I love her so much, and convince her and her sacral that we should be doing some work together, because we do so well when we are together. Like, let's share all of this deliciousness, because everybody needs some of this. But I also have to get clear, and so she pushed me to get clear. But she pushes me a lot. She's kind of pushy that way. About what I meant and why did I mean it and how did I mean it, and envision and write down what the people that I'm going to work with are like. What do they look like? What do I want my group to look like? Be specific. How long do I want to do this particular work? How do I want to feel? How do I want to feel and experience leading this kind of work? What do I want you to feel and experience if you join me in this work? What are the outcomes? The outcomes for you, the outcomes for me, the outcomes for the universe, the outcomes for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be crystal clear on what that means. So, like, the offer that I have out right now to work with me for 6 weeks is $555. Now, if you look at what I have and you get those things separately, working with me in this one-on-one for 6 weeks is, okay, Stacy, I love you. I will see you soon. I will see you soon. So if you look at these that I offer a la carte, this is a significant value, and you get much more guidance into getting you right in the human design piece. Okay? If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's cool, right? But I got clear on what it was I wanted people to walk away from if they did this work with me. And that's the piece, right? That the people who choose to do this work are the people who are meant to do this work. And when they walk away from this work, they're going to know that their lives are never going to be the same. They're going to know that, right? And it's getting that kind of clarity and knowing what I'm doing behind the scenes to get this work together. And again, I will say that this is why I see human design showing up in other people's work, because they're making this connection between their work and human design to leverage that. This is why I am doing work for these people, helping them get aligned in human design to make sure that what they're offering is in integrity when they're doing it in their groups. Because it's for real, and they'll talk about it. They'll talk about it. As a matter of fact, on the opening live for Ouroboros last night, Leah talked about the work that she and I have done that got her to the place where she is right now, and now human design. And I didn't do, I'm saying it was a piece of it. She's done a lot of her own other work, but she did talk about the human design piece that I helped her integrate, that has really helped her up level to where she is, and why it's now a part of her Ouroboros course. It's really simple. It all works together. There's no one thing, two things, all of that. Yep, tell my dad I said hi, and I'll talk to you later. In about 2 hours. So yeah, that's what I really want you to hear, what I want you to feel, it's all cyclical. So I'm working with you, up leveling you, while I'm continuing to up level me, while you're continuing to up level you, it all works together. And again, I'm gonna suggest everyone begin to work to understand their human design and how their energy operates. It's going to change things for you. And if I'm not the place to do that, find someplace. Because you need it in your life. For real. And if you have questions about anything, I don't care what it is. If you have questions about what I'm offering, what you may perceive to be the affordability of what I'm offering, whatever, reach out to me, ask me about it. Because that's how important this work is. That's how important you getting this integration is for everything else. And again, this is only a piece of the puzzle, right? It's only a piece of it. It's not the whole kit and caboodle, but you need this piece. And so, with that, I'm going to end this little conversation and get back to my journaling, because Anita is going to be all angry eyebrows if I don't get this done, because I committed to doing it, and I did do some of it. I just got to finish. So that we can move on to our next phase of what we're going to offer collectively. And it's a clarity that I need, and that's really helpful. So I hope you get something out of this. It's all a process. And the process never ends. Right? It never ends. Because, I don't know how many different rappers have said it. Lots of them. But, more money, more problems. You're always going to have some level of work to do. Something to address. Something to iron out. Something to figure out. Right? Because you get to the next level and it's not perfect there either. And then you get to the next level and it's not perfect there either. Right? You could do some work with me and then you quickly outgrow me and go another direction. That could be how it works. You just step out there, decide what it is you're looking for, what it is you need, what that next thing is for you, and then stop questioning whether or not you should. And make a decision. Decide some stuff. Set an intention. Be like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make it happen some kind of way, because I know once I do this work, it's going to make my life this much better. Because that's how it works. Sometimes you don't get to know how you're going to pay for something when you commit to pay for it, and then those payments have to be paid. Because I've been there. I've been there too. But all of it continues to go full circle and continues to up level and continues to show me why it's happened and what it's done for me and where I am now because of where I was. It's really simple, people. So anyway, happy Thursday. I will talk to you guys a little later. I'm going to get back to my journaling now.